We are talking best ball and stacks right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. I'm Adam Aizer. Got a special guest, Megan Shoup is here. Megan's writing best ball content for Sportsline and CBSSports.com. She's a best ball expert, and if you listened to the full-length episode from Wednesday, you heard some terrific stuff, including her favorite stacks. But let's go through them now. Not all of this was on the full-length episode. She's going to give us her 5 favorite stacks. And stacking for her is not just 2 people like it is in redraft league. It's 3 or 4. So go ahead and give us, Megan, 5 through 1, your favorite stacks.
Sure. And yeah, these are my favorite value stacks. So no player that I'm mentioning is more expensive than an ADP of 60. So it's 60 and below. So these are all great value stacks that you can target in the mid to late rounds of best ball drafts. So number 5 is the Carolina Panthers, and stacking Bryce Young with Deontay Johnson would be in that mid-round range. And then Bryce Young goes very late. And then you can even stack with tight end Jatavion Sanders in the 17th, 18th, last round of the draft. I think he has a perfect position to be tight end 1 for the Panthers.
All right. The Carolina Panthers are number 1. And again, yeah, she'd prefer the 49ers and the Chiefs, but
of course.
Right.
I'm looking to get you guys some sales, some discounts here.
I love it. All right. Number 4.
Sure. Number 4 is the Chargers, and Justin Herbert is just going criminally low this year. I think people are leaning really into this potentially run heavy offense for the Chargers. And sure, it may be, but to get Justin Herbert in the 140s is really low. You can get his rookie wide receiver, Ladd McConkey, somewhere in the 70s likely. And I don't even mind Josh Palmer. So the Chargers is a very good mid-range stack that is solid, whether you want to stack them with one or both of those receivers.
Not Quentin Johnston?
I didn't like Quentin Johnston last year, and I'm not going to go back to the well this year either.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, Carolina 5, Chargers 4. Who's 3?
We're going to go New York Jets here. Aaron Rodgers is really cheap in drafts, going in usually the late 150s. So you can get him really late. And if you miss out on Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall, of course, if you can incorporate Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, great. But if you miss out on either of those, you can get Mike Williams in the mid rounds. You can get Aaron Rodgers late, like I said, in the 150s. And then even whether you get Mike Williams or not, you could backstack Aaron Rodgers with Malachi Corley, the rookie, or Ty Conklin, the tight end.
Okay, Carolina 5, Chargers 4, Jets 3. Who's number 2?
I'm going to go Atlanta Falcons. I'm so high on this offense this year. Similar to the Jets, of course, you have to pay for Drake London and Bijan Robinson, obviously. And again, if you can incorporate either of those with a Kirk Cousins stack, by all means, do it. But if you are not able to get them, you still can stack Kirk Cousins because his tight end Kyle Pitts goes around 60, so you can get him right in that kind of mid-range. Kirk Cousins, I think, is very reasonably priced. He's usually a top 10 fantasy quarterback, and I think he's going to thrive in this environment in a Zach Robinson offense. So you could get Kyle Pitts around ADP of 60, get Kirk Cousins somewhere in the 130s, and if you want to backstack Kirk Cousins, you can target Darnell Mooney.
Okay. I'm really like, is Darnell Mooney the kind of player that you think is going to be on best ball winning lineups?
I think he just is a spike week best ball type of guy. So, to have him as like your 6th or 7th receiver is a perfect situation where you're just looking for those spike weeks from him.
Okay. Who's our number 1 best ball stack, value stack?
Sure. So the number 1 value stack for me, and I mentioned it on the show with you guys, is, of course, the Tennessee Titans. I am super high on this offense this year because of mainly the personnel changes and the coaching changes. Brian Callahan coming from the Bengals, bringing us a hopefully fast-paced, pass-heavy offense. They set Will Levis up to succeed by bringing in all these free agents. So this whole offense to me is underpriced, and that goes all the way from the highest price guy and Calvin Ridley going around ADP of 61 to DeAndre Hopkins to both running backs, Will Levis, Chika Okonkwo. I like it all. You can even get Tyler Boyd in the last round if you're interested. So I like stacking this because I think you're getting this team at an extreme value for what they're going to put out. I'm not saying they're going to be this year's Houston Texans, but I think they have a lot of potential to outperform their ADPs and be a nice value stack for us.
And two more teams that Megan really likes that she didn't put on the list: Carolina, Chargers, Jets, Falcons, Titans. Two other teams that I thought maybe would qualify would be Dallas and Green Bay.
That's like the mid rounds. Like obviously, they're elite players. Some of their elite players, you have to get Lamb super early, and then Packers. Jaden Reed goes pretty early. So yeah, those are two of my other favorite stacks. We talked about it on the show. I absolutely, and as like a kind of mid value range, I absolutely love the Packers and Cowboys this year.
Megan Shoup joining us on Fantasy Football Today in 5. If you want more, listen to the full-length episode. We talked for 25 minutes or so with Megan. It was great stuff. And we will talk to you tomorrow on Fantasy Football Today in 5.